focus out on the practice field. Feel like they've strained. Today for us, I thought, it was really pretty clean for this point in the week. So, now it's about finishing our preparation and competitive spirit on game day. I want to see our guys go fly around and execute.
I know it's about you guys first, but what stands out about you two, Martin?
Yeah, obviously offensively, you just look at the production that they've had, the ability to move the football, score points, be a great test for us on the defense side of the football, go out and execute and play well. There's some things obviously that we've been focused on offensively, have to adjust to what we see at the beginning of the game and during the course of the game and have all 11 execute at a really high level. So some things that we've tried to clean up on special teams and I want to see that improve too.
Coach, can you just talk about Jalen Wright? It feels like he's had a couple of really tough, hard-nosed runs the last couple of weeks. What have you liked about what he's been giving you?
Yeah, I just think, last week in particular, the week before too, it showed up. But last week was his best week of running the football. Pad level, running his feet on contact. I think he's gotten more comfortable and has a better understanding of what we're doing offensively. The ability to be slow through the hole, then accelerate, the ability to use the blockers up in front of you. Those guys are playing blind to what's going on behind them. Those guys got to do a great job of delivering those blocks, and I feel like he's continued to grow in that way.
What's made y'all's red zone offense so efficient this season?
First good players, and then the ability to execute, take the plan, adjust to what they're seeing in the course of the game, decision making by Hendon, first and foremost, when you're throwing the football, competitive catches out on the outside, the skill guys all being on the same page, the ability to run the football. We've continued to be more and more efficient in that, and so you put all those things together, that's allowed us to be more efficient with the football in the red zone. A couple of weeks ago, there were some things that we weren't as efficient that we wanted to early in that football game, but that's a huge part of the game. There's a big difference between getting 7 and getting 3.
Wes.
Josh, any update on Tillman, McCullough, and Haddon for this week?
Yeah. Anybody else on that list, or just okay? We'll find out on the injured guys here at the back end of the week. Feel like they're both progressing. Cedric's had a good week, but we'll see where we're at tomorrow afternoon. Make a determination on that point. Jalen's process is still going on. We'll see where we're at here at the end of the week.
Where's Dylan Sampson in his progression since he came back? I know there was that one play in pass pro a couple games ago, but how's he developing?
Yeah, one plays are really important. That's an important play for him to learn from. But he's a young guy that we love inside of our program. Look forward to him, playing and competing in this one, and just have a great amount of trust in him. He's young in his football development. He's going to continue to grow, but for a young running back, he's got really good understanding of pace, feel, vision, and making the right cuts and playing well through contact.
Coach, you guys had Joe throw the pass at the end of the first half. Is that something that you guys have worked on, or is that a spur of the moment? He can throw it a mile. Let's let him throw it up there and see what happens.
Yeah, a little bit spur of the moment, but just where we were at field zone, it's something we had talked about earlier in the year, and the opportunity presented itself at that point.
Coach, it seems like Brew McCoy comes up with big catches every single week. Is he kind of what you expected when you got him out of the portal?
Yeah, we thought he was a strong football player that was just starting to begin his journey as a football player at the wide receiver position. His progression and what we're doing, he drastically changed his body. He's attentive, he's competitive, he's up in the building all of the time, and that's been from day one, even until this week. He's up there before meetings start in the afternoon and constantly trying to get better. He's got, for a young receiver and what we're doing, has a really good understanding, but he is strong and he is competitive, and that showed up really early when he was here. We thought that's what he would be just based on the video that we watched, but he's certainly strong and confident and plays to his athleticism.
Back to Wes.
Josh, I don't think at any point in your career you started at an FCS school or anything like that for a couple of years, but I know Jason Simpson earlier this week talked about how important these games are for them, because if they don't, get those funds, maybe some programs don't get to play football, and then maybe fewer high school kids play football because there's no scholarships. I mean, how important are games like this for the game of college football?
Yeah, I do think it's important, just having been around the game, with my dad at a small college to having been at an FCS school. These games support their football department, but in some ways support their entire athletic department as it continues to trickle down. And, I think it is important that these games are played. I think it speaks to the healthiness of football on all levels, and I think that's really important that we balance all those things as we continue to move forward.
I realize you guys have improved a lot since last year in a lot of areas to achieve what you have to this point. But what about in-game adjustments? How much better or more efficient do you guys feel like as a coaching staff and with the players too, to be able to make those in-game adjustments to help you?
Yeah, for sure. On the defensive side of the ball, the staff being together for another year, the cohesiveness, communication, being in sync helps with the adjustments. On the offensive side of the ball, the same thing. But as a staff, we had been together for a period of time. So I feel like as much as anything in year two on the offense side of the ball, and it's true on the defense too, the players being able to understand the why behind things and being a year further ahead in their understanding of what we're doing, what they're seeing on the other side of the ball, and why the adjustments are taking place. Some of that happens, there's looks that are unscripted or haven't been seen on video, and your players being able to adjust even within the course of the drive, and then certainly within drives or halftime adjustments. It's just completely different in year two than it is in year one.
Coach, obviously there's been a lot of talk about Jalen and Brew, but Ramel stepped in for Cedric over these past 3 games. I think he only had 20 catches coming into the season. Could you maybe speak to the development that he's made to be able to step up and play as well as he had for a guy like Cedric?
Rose to the occasion, has played in a really strong way, been reliable. He's been explosive. He's made plays with the ball in his hands, made great catches. Offensively, we haven't changed anything that we're doing. That speaks to him stepping in and the confidence that everybody has in him, the confidence that he has in himself, in particular, the confidence that Hendon has in him too.
Anything else? All right, thank you.
All right, guys, have a great afternoon.